4. So now we're going on to the ride-off for the gold and silver first match. As before, it's going to be the best of 3. 2 straight rides, that's it. If not, we go to the third one. Jens Fiedler of Germany, Laurent Gane of France. Gane at the top of the track. There he is. At the bottom of the track, Jens Fiedler. Jens Fiedler had a fright in the first match in the semi-finals when he's beaten by 2-0. He levelled it in the second, and then he beat him in the third. Gane beat Russo in the first match. Lost in the second. Came back in the third with a scintillating 10.386. We cannot discount the Frenchman. He has put up so far, this man, in the semi-finals, the fastest 200-metre time. Fiedler in front of his home crowd, twice Olympic champion, up against what is virtually a new kid on the block.
Jens Fiedler on the front there, man mounted himself. It's always amazing how these boys start off so slowly, and they can go from 0 to 45 miles an hour in 25 metres.
Twice Olympic champion. He's finished twice second in this Champion of the World, Fiedler, in 97 and 98, against Gane, who doesn't have quite the same track expertise. What would you do, Russ, in this position if you were Gane? Because this is different, isn't it, eh?
Well, the difficult thing for Gane as well is also because Jens Fiedler goes to Japan every year, early season. Well, I say early season for the Japanese racing from April to May. So he's not there for the early World Cup, so they can't really gauge, you know? But they've been watching him through the rounds. So there he is, man mounted himself. Jens Fiedler's on the front, starts to pick it up. There's a little bit of flexing around there. They're just playing games. Here he comes, he starts to pick it up again. He's looking under his arm. Oh, Gane looked like he was trying to come underneath, but there was no room. Fiedler closed the door. Now we're coming into a lap to go. Still looking, they're still playing. Gane's coming on the inside. Fiedler taking down. He's got to take him down off the track. That's the way to do it. Don't open the door for him. Here comes the German. What's Gane going to do? Gane's going to come, but the man on the front's doing 40 miles an hour. Can Gane come over? No chance.
Objection, though. He's objecting. He's waving his fist. He's saying that wasn't fair. Come on, Russell. I know you love a bit argy-bargy, but it struck me a bit that before we came in on that final lap, they were ducking and diving. Maybe both playing the same game, but I got a suspicion there that Gane wasn't too happy with the tactics of the German. We now have a chance of looking at the slow-motion replay. Now let's listen to the crowd. Are they booing or cheering? They're a bit numb. The cheering is sort of, well, we might have, we might not. Listen. It's not the sort of boy we've won. I got a suspicion. No, I'm looking down the track centre now. You take the reviewers through. Go on, I'll look down the track centre, see what the judges are going to do. Go on.
Perfect sprinting. You try to come on the inside, I'm going to shut the door, buddy. I'm not giving way. That's the way to do it. Perfect riding there by Jens Fiedler. So we come back into the home straight again. It's all over by now. There's no way Gane's going to come back from now. Now he gives his finger a little wave. That's easy to do when you've lost. Shake your head as well.
Mr. Williams, the commissaires are gathering around the monitors and rerunning the tapes, and they're looking very carefully. You can see it here. This is the point. And here we are, Giovanni on the left-hand side, just behind the man in white here. One of the chief commissaires is beginning to look. And when I get the views of Michael Bennett, who was standing there, and he had view, not on the screen, but looking down the track. What do you think, Michael?
David, to me, the way Fiedler is riding, they're the sort of the throws of a desperate man. I think he knows that Gane has got the edge on him in speed. This is a sheer speed event at the moment, and I think Fiedler knows, and he was throwing that bike all over the place because he had to stall and put off. And
but he doesn't look like a man who's just won to me, even though he did.
Well, perhaps he doesn't like to win like that. But a win's a win. I mean, it's the cut and thrust of track sprinting, and that's what this event's all about.
It's not a win, because I'm looking down the track centre, and Giovanni and all these lads in the blazers are gathering around here and having a great discussion.
Well, I don't think he'll get away with that, because he actually did.
Again. Come on, now your opinion. Russell says okay, you tell me.
No, I don't think that's okay. He almost turned left. He almost turned left when he came down, and you're supposed to keep a straight line. as much as you can. You're supposed to keep a straight line. You see, he keeps riding, he keeps coming at him. What he should have done is come back up a touch. But that's track sprinting. That's what it's all about. But to force him right down onto the run-off side is
I think he's got to realise if he didn't get up the track, he'd have to pay to come back in again because he'd gone down the steps and out of the track.
It's gone deathly quiet here.
Listen. Laurent Gane. Yes.
Giving it to Gane.
That says it all. The boost, the crowd, the waving the French flag. Fiedler now has been stuffed back in the second spot. Gane the winner, round one. We have seen sprinting at this track in the last few days, not only from the men but also from the women, right out of the top draw. We saw it here where Fiedler was, as Michael Bennett was saying, realised he got a big job to do to hold off his very fast French rider Gane, and resorted to all the track tactics that he knew over the years he'd been riding as a track specialist. And in the end, having crossed the line in first place, the judges went back and looked at the video and said, naughty, you are put back into second spot. So they go off to ride then the second of the round. You can see there Gane gesticulating to Fiedler that was not right. So Fiedler now has to rethink his tactics, get himself all side. The amazing is, Russell, I found too, when I went down to see Martin Nostein a couple of days ago, or was it yesterday, that how these sprinters, once they've lost, you can't get near them. The atmosphere, they're so sulky, they're so wound up. Boy, you know, they might give you a stripe across the face.
Holding up one half of the sprint squad, and Morillon's taking on the other half. I think that I'd rather be in the Morillon, have my foot in the Morillon camp.
Yeah, he was Olympic champion as well, wasn't he, in the early 70s, I think. Okay, we go back to the second semi-final. Now there's going to be some argy-bargy going on here. We've got Jens Fiedler there, as you can see, in his brand new yellow helmet, just doing his toe straps out. He actually crossed the line first in the last round against Laurent Gane, but he was disqualified. The German crowd here did not like it one little bit. There's going to be trouble in this next one, I can feel it. Michael Bennett said, as we go back, this is what happened in the previous round. Laurent Gane was trying to come underneath him. I'm all for Jens Fiedler on this. He said, hey, no, I'm not going to open the door. So he closed the door on him. He crossed the line first. The judges got together and they said, hey, he's out. There's the man we're looking at, Laurent Gane.
I think it takes some courage to make the decision in front of this enormous German audience, Russell, because the French are 3-1 at the moment, but I think they're sporting about it. They realised when they looked at the action replay on the screen that it was the right decision.
I'm glad you said that, because I remember in the past I've said to you about these commissaires, and you said, hang on, Russell, you shouted in my ear and said, Russell, these UCI commissaires are fair. It doesn't matter what happened.
Well, they made the decision there, bearing in mind they might get lynched on the way home, but they made the right decision, and this is it. This is the runoff. Now then, Michael Bennett sat here watching this as predicted Gane to be the man, and this is it. He has to win this one. If they go into the third round, I think that Fiedler's track craft could pay off in the third round, but he has to win this one to go to the third round.
He's got one thing to say on that. Michael Bennett's been here all week, and he's got one prediction right, so hey, maybe this is the one. Okay, back to the action. There he is. He's got to do it. The Germans are all behind him, and so am I, because he comes quite often to Herne Hill, and we love him there. Jens Fiedler on the black checkered pig bike.
But of all the two riders here, he's been twice Olympic champion. Fiedler's list of success as a sprinter must weigh in his favour, surely.
Yeah, and also he's got Michael Hubner, a former world champion and Olympic champion in his camp, so I'm sure he's telling him what to do. And as we say that, Fiedler wants the front again. That's the way. Come on, Jens. Take it from the front. That's it. Ride the red line. Keep looking. Keep looking. But be careful. Here comes the man. Here comes Laurent Gane. Laurent Gane's coming early. He's so early to come. But they both want to control it from the front. Fiedler's trying to hold him off. A bit of barging. Gane's trying to get over the top. Gane might have the power. Come on, Jens. Jens has got to come back at him. Come on. Get back on the wheel. He's blown it. Laurent Gane is going to go through. He's going to go through to the final. Laurent Gane, the professional from Cofidis. Yes. 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 What a ride.
Sacre bleu. Will somebody tie Michael Bennett down to his chair, predict this man's going to win it? Will somebody also come along here and buy 6,500 pints of beer for the Germans, who need to slake their thirst and do away the disappointments? So I think somehow they have to their sorrows, not celebrate tonight, because we've now got the French going for 1, 2, 3. They're going to